Hello, and welcome back to First Recapped. Today's recap is a 2013 sci-fi action movie called Oblivion. The movie begins with Jack Harper having a dream of his unknown memories in which he is in New York with someone he knows, but he does not know her name and never met her before. It is now March 14, 2077. Half a century has passed since some aliens called scavengers destroyed the moon and attacked the planet. Without the moon, the Earth was thrown into chaos, and earthquakes toppled the cities within hours. Humanity had to fight back and eventually use the nukes. They won the war but lost the planet. The Earth became contaminated and uninhabitable. The remaining humans built their mission control called TET, the temporary space station, before the migration to Saturn's largest moon called Titan. Everyone moved to Titan except Jack and his assigned partner Victoria, also called Vika. Jack and Vika have a mandatory memory wipe 5 years ago and have been doing their mission. Their mission is to protect Hydra rigs, which converts the Earth's seawater into fusion energy for the new colony and the survival of humanity. Remnants of scavengers, also called scavs, continue to attack the drones at night and try to kill Jack during the day. Jack is a drone technician and handles their maintenance, while Vika is his communication officer and keeps an eye on him. Mission says they have done well and they are an effective team. Only 2 weeks are remaining in their mission. That's why Vika cannot wait to go, but Jack is not sure because he still considers Earth his home. One day on his job, Technician 49 Jack Harper goes on a round confirming that hydro rigs are sucking seawater and drone 185 is working properly. Sally from Mission contacts Vika in Tower 49 and informs that they have 2 drones offline, 166 and 172. Vika informs Jack about the location of the drone that 166 is down in grid 37 and tells him to go there first. Sally tells Vika their directive today is to rehabilitate 166 and find 172. On the other hand, while Jack is on his way to fix drone 166, he encounters a huge lightning storm in the clouds. Suddenly he gets hit by the lightning, shutting down his aircraft, but Jack somehow manages to bring it back into the air. Later, Jack arrives at the location, sees the drone 166 has put up hell of a fight and killed multiple scavengers. Jack lands near the drone, and after picking up his equipment, he goes to repair it. Jack repairs the drone while some scavengers watch him doing so. Watching the condition of the drone, Vika tells him that he does not have necessary tools to repair it. However, Jack uses his bubble gum and somehow fixes the drone. Drone 166 finally restarts and after analyzing the whole area, flies again in the sky. Later on, a mountain Jack finds a plant and realizes that they are fighting for no reason because 10 fuel cells are stolen in just over a month and the scavs are getting stronger. However, after that, Jack pulls out his motorbike and begins to search for drone 172 around different places. After searching for some time, Jack locates drone 172 in a sinkhole. Jack can only hear the drone's voice and goes into the sink while one of the scavengers watches him from a distance. Inside the sink, while searching for the drone, Jack gets suddenly attacked by a group of scavengers. Jack fights back and tries to escape but fails. Luckily, drone 166 suddenly arrives and destroys the scavengers with its incredible firepower. Later, when Jack is about to return, he finds a book, but his bike is gone. Jack returns to the tower with the book and flower. Later, while having dinner, Vika is excited that they are only 2 weeks away from completing their mission and will soon be on their way to join everyone on Titan. Jack, on the other hand, has been having flashbacks and dreams of a time before the war. However, Jack knows that his dreams cannot be true because his memories were wiped out before the mission started. Jack gives the flowers to Vika, but she throws it away as it is not legal during their mission. In the morning, the two awake and become shocked to see a huge explosion from a distance. It is revealed that one of the hydro rig has exploded. Jack goes to check the situation, and when he reaches there, he gets Rouge signal in grid 370. Jack thinks it must be some signals from scavs and rushes to check the situation. Jack lands in the grid 370 and begins to search the area. During his search, he sees the binoculars he has been watching in his dreams. As Jack goes inside the building, he sees the scavs are using the building as an antenna to send signals off the planet. Vika checks the surroundings but does not understand that even the Grid 17 is in the middle of nowhere. The scavs are still sending the signals off planet. Jack, with no other option, shuts down the repeater. After that, Jack goes around the radiation border, telling Vika that he will be doing a perimeter check before heading home, and turns off his tracker. However, in reality, he goes to his beautiful hidden green valley where he has been relaxing until now. He sleeps on the grass for a few moments, but sees the old memories in his dreams. Suddenly, he watches a vessel sort of thing falling from the sky. Jack contacts Vika, and she informs him that the object falls down in Grid 17. Jack goes to check the situation while Vika contacts Mission, but Sally warns them that drones will deal with the situation themselves. However, Jack does not listen to the command and lands to check the situation. There, Jack sees 5 survivors, humans, inside their pods. Drone 166 suddenly arrives and kills every survivor. Jack finds the woman from his flashback dreams in one of the pods and somehow manages to save her. He takes her back to the tower where Vika treats her condition. When the survivor wakes, she introduces herself as Julia. Vika tells her how her ship crashed and Jack saves her from wreckage. Julia gets shocked and tries to stand, but her body has gotten weak due to the Delta Sleep pods. Jack then says she has been in the Delta Sleep for more than 60 years, which makes Julia worried, and she tries to get back to her ship. Later, while having dinner, Jack tells Julia that while she was in Delta Sleep, scavs attacked the moon and how the whole Earth was ruined by nukes and war. On the other hand, Vika is jealous of Julia being with Jack, and against Jack's wishes, she informs Sally about Julia's presence. Sally then asks Jack to take Julia up to the Tet. The following morning, Julia asks Jack to accompany her to Grid 17 so she can retrieve the data recorder from her crashed spaceship. Without Vika's knowing, Jack and Julia go to the Grid 17 where Julia finds what she has been looking for. However, the scavs suddenly attack them and knock Jack out. Just before being knocked out by a scav, he sends the aircraft back on autopilot emergency return. The scavs take Jack and Julia to their base. On the other hand, Vika informs Sally about Jack's kidnapping and requests for help. Sally sends a drone to look for Jack around the area. As soon as Jack opens his eyes, he discovers that he has been taken prisoner inside Scav's hideout. The leader of Scavs, Malcolm Beach, reveals that the Scavs are not aliens, but they are also humans. They have been using the old steel fighter tech to change the voices that shield them from the scanners. Beach also reveals the drones are actually intended to kill any remaining humans. He then explains Jack that the real aliens are in the Tet. Beach asks Jack for assistance, that they have a stolen drone, 10 power cells from other drones they have destroyed, and a weapons-grade plutonium power core that was salvaged from the sinking ship Julia was traveling in. Now, with the help of Jack, they can turn the drone into a nuclear weapon to destroy the Tet. However, Jack refuses to help them, still believing that there are people in the Tet. Meanwhile, the drone finds Jack's location and attacks the hideout. Scavs manages to destroy one, but Jack warns them more drones will come if they do not free him. Beach, with no other option, frees Jack and Julia, saying that he will discover the truth in the restricted radiation zone. Jack and Julia go to the nearest Empire State Building, where Jack sends the signal to Vika that he is fine. Vika sends the aircraft to pick Jack and Julia, while Julia reveals her identity to Jack, that before his memory erased, they were both from the spacecraft Odyssey. Julia also reveals that deep space scanners picked up an alien object called Tet and put them all in Delta so they can wake Jack and Victoria only. Jack becomes shocked to hear that, but Julia calms him down, telling him that she is his wife. Jack remembers everything and hugs his wife as the aircraft arrives. Vika sees them and becomes heartbroken. Jack and Julia go back to the tower to inform Vika about the situation. However, when they arrive, Vika does not open the door and sends a message to Sally saying she and Jack are no longer an effective team. Suddenly, the drone Jack has been repairing activates and kills Vika. However, Julia uses the aircraft gun and eliminates it seconds before it can kill Jack. Sally orders Jack to come to Tet with Julia, and then he goes to Titan, but Jack does not listen to her and flies away. away. 3 drones chase Jack and Julia. In an effort to destroy the drones, they fly into a lightning storm and then into a canyon. However, they manage to destroy 2 drones, but the third, drone 166, rams into them, causing them to crash in a desert inside the radiation zone. When Jack enters the radiation zone, he realizes that he is not burning alive as he had been made to believe. Just over the next sand dune, he also hears the recognizable beep of a broken drone in distress. Suddenly, he sees another technician in a similar aircraft land and fixes it, even though he was informed there were no other people on Earth. When Jack approaches the technician, he becomes shocked to see a Jack Harper 52 clone as himself. Jack 49 fights with 52 and knocks him down, but during the fight, Julia gets shot. Jack takes 52 jet to 52 tower to get a medical package for Julia, where he encounters a second Vika. Jack returns to Julia, and after treating her wounds, he takes her to his hidden place. They both spend days there and then go to the Scavs hideout to save other people. Jack begins to program the drone while Sally sends another 3 drones after Jack. The drones find the Scavs base of operations by following his DNA, where they attack all of the humans and leave few alive. Scavs' drone is destroyed, but the fuel cells are still functional. Jack plans to go himself, but Beach warns him, saying he will be killed in moments. However, Julia decides to go with Jack so they can destroy the Tet. Jack puts her in the sleeping pod and goes to space. He listens to the data recorder from the Odyssey as he travels. Jack hears himself as the Odyssey pilot approaches the Tet. Julia is one of the crew members who are in hibernation, while Vika is the co-pilot. In order to save the crew and Julia, Jack released the back shuttle with the Delta sleep pods, leaving only him and Vika continuing to Tet. Jack arrives at the Tet, where he is allowed to proceed further inside to deliver Julia. Jack opens the Delta sleep pod in the presence of the alien, which is revealed to be a huge floating pyramidal device with a red laser eye in the center. Instead of Julia, the injured Beach is inside. When the alien realizes his trick, he summons drones to destroy them, but Jack and Beach work together to blow up the fuel cells. By the lake house, Julia awakens and watches the Tet explode spectacularly in the sky. The movie ends with Julia living with her daughter in the lake house when Jack Harper, 52, finally arrives and meets her. Wow, what an interesting story. Wouldn't you agree? Let us know how close you were to guess the actual plot twist. Like and subscribe for more awesome videos. See you all in the next one.